What's up, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. We're talking about more Kaladesh cards. Today we're going to be talking about red cards. I have a playlist on my channel, so if you want to like go through like a, Kaladesh spree, go for it. So yeah, I basically just talk about these cards, and I talk about them in terms of mostly like a limited sense. So I talk about them with with draft and sealed in mind. That's kind of just how I like go about it. So yeah, let's get started. So the first card I want to talk about is Combustible Gearhulk. I've been really impressed by the Gearhulk cards. I think they're just going to be like absolutely like fantastic cards to like open because they're probably going to be like $1 cards, but like they're really, really good. So it's a 6 mana 6/6 with first strike, already really awesome. And then it ETBs, and target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. Okay, sweet, drawing cards is awesome. But if they don't, you put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and then it deals damage equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards to that player. That's amazing. So like, if you're playing against your opponent, like and they don't let you draw 3 cards, you could be like, okay, I'm gonna take like 4, 6, 12 damage. Like, the chance of them like taking a lot of damage is really awesome, or you get card advantage. I feel like personally the second part is really risky unless you have a lot of life. You're playing like that life gain deck. I feel like that's a really risky thing to do if you're at like 6 life. You just gotta like kind of let them draw 3 cards, you know? Card is really good, and then after it does that ability, you're just left with this really big threat on the board. So yeah, overall card's great. Okay, then we have Chandra, and like, they were all like, yo, Jace the Mind Sculptor is really broken, we're never gonna do 4 ability Planeswalkers again, and then this happened. Yeah, she's awesome. She's super cool. So she starts off at 4 loyalty for 4 mana. You get to exile the top card of your library to, and you can cast it. If you don't, it deals 2 damage. Wait. Exile the top card of the library, you may cast it. If you don't, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So like, if you can't cast that card or like whatever, it just deals damage. Or you can like get free card advantage and you get to like cast it, which is awesome. Her other +1, you get to add 2 red to your mana pool, which is awesome. So like, yeah, that's really good. And then her -3, you get to deal 4 damage to our creature. This is like if you really, really need creature removal, you can minus her. And then her -7, you get an emblem. Whenever you cast a spell, it deals 5 damage somewhere, i.e. they're probably dead if you get her emblem off, let's be completely honest here. Chandra's a house. She's super, super awesome. She's definitely going in my super friends list because she's just absolutely incredible. She's so good. Okay. Then we have Lathnu Hellion. So, in ETBs, okay, first off, like, it's a 3 mana 4/4 with haste. Regardless if it stays in the battlefield or not, you hit them for probably 4 damage. That's awesome. Sounds good to me. Getting this on turn 3 is sweet. In ETBs, you get 2 energy counters. At the beginning of your end step, you sack it unless you pay 2 energy counters. What's awesome is that this basically sticks around for 1 turn for free if you want it to. If not, you can just let it go to the graveyard. You can use those energy counters on something else if you want to, but basically it's probably just going to hit your opponent for 4 damage. Card's like really good. 3 mana 4/4 hasters, really sweet. Then we have Pia Nalaar. Love her artwork. She looks awesome. Okay, so she's a 3 mana 2/2 EDTBs. You make a token. You make a Thopter. Alright, awesome. I like it. And it's got flying. Don't underestimate flying. Don't do it. Even those 1/1 flyers, they're awesome. And then you pay 2 to artifact creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, which is really cool. You can do any of your artifact creatures, so that's really, really good for that synergy. And then you can pay 1 to sack an artifact that already did its job, to make something can't block this turn. To me, this is like a really, really relevant ability because a lot of times, like, you'll have, like, you really want to swing them with your dudes, but you're really scared of that, like, 1 creature because that 1 creature could just kill, like, one of your things. But making it so something can't block this turn is really, really good. Overall, she's just awesome. She's got 3 awesome abilities. I really like her. I'm really excited for her. She seems sweet. Then we have Territorial Gorger. So, it's a 4 mana 2/2 with trample. And whenever you get energy counters, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn, which is just nuts, because if you've got two different things that have, like, energy counters, it just casually becomes, like, a 6/6 with trample for 4 mana. You have to be playing that, like, synergy of the energy counters, but if you are, this card is a house. Seems great. Okay, then we have Skyship Stalker. I remember, like, when I saw this card, I was like, what? This is dumb. This is a dumb card. 4 mana 3/3 flyer, and then, you know, you've got those red abilities, so if it ETBs, you can immediately give it haste, you know, and then you just give it first strike, and then you could just make it real big. Card is nuts. Card is, like, really, really dumb. It just does everything. Seems absolutely incredible in the late game. Yes, card is great. Then we have Aethertouch Renegade. Okay, so to me this is just like, what? So it's 3 mana for a 1/2, and then you get 4 energy counters, like, when it ETBs. That's just awesome. That's just, like, really, like, a lot of value for getting those energy counters. So you get them, and then you tap it to pay 1 to deal 1 damage to target creature, which is really awesome because, like, don't underestimate 1 damage, because that's really good for combat tricks, and it's also really good against a lot of those, like, token strategies. That's great. And then you can pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These videos have been me counting all the energy counters because it's, like, so much to, like, try and, like, count them. I don't know why they just don't say, like, isn't there, I feel like there's such a better way, like, in this one it doesn't say, like, 8 energy counters, like, it has 4, and then it has 4 energy counters, but it doesn't have here, like, 8. I don't know why it doesn't do that. It's, like, you know, a lot. Okay, so you pay 8, and then it deals 6 damage to target player, which is so good in the, again, with the, what was I saying? With the energy counter strategy. Seems amazing. Really good. Sorry, I lost my words there. Then we have Maulfist Doorbuster. It's a 4 mana 4/2, and you get 2 energy counters when it ETBs. And then when it attacks, you can pay 1, so target creature can't block this turn. Again, really, really awesome. I really like it a lot. Again, oh my god, the flavor text on this is sweet. Knock knock, too late. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, card's just, like, really good. Again, don't underestimate things that can't block this turn. Really, really good. Okay. Then we have Brazen Scourge. Okay, it is literally a 3 mana 3/3 with haste. Really good. I really love those, like, red, white, aggressive strategies. I want to kill you on turn 5. Feels like I'm playing Modern without actually playing Modern. Card's great. Then we have Inventor's Apprentice. So it's a 1 mana 1/2. But it casually just gets +1/+1 as long as you control an artifact, so, like, 1 mana 2/3s. It's like you're playing Zoo. Like, that seems good. Yeah, just really, really good. Card's awesome. Then we have Incendiary Sabotage. So, you know, as an additional cost, you got a second artifact, but getting to deal 3 damage to each creature at instant speed is, like, really, really good. Yes, you have to sack an artifact, but, like, man, why can't I always do this? I always try to talk about cards and I always forget their name. But it's 3 mana and it's a sorcery. It deals 3 damage to each creature. It's like that stapled onto this at instant speed for 1 more mana, and you have to sack an artifact, but, like, that's really awesome. Super great combat trick. And it's removal. So good. Then we have Furious Reprisal. So this is also some pretty good removal. It's 4 mana and it deals 2 damage to each of 2 creatures and or players, which is great. So you can deal 2 damage to their face or 2 damage to their creatures. Really good. Okay, then we have Start Your Engines. So let's be real here, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of times, like, sorcery speed pump spells. They just, like, they have to really impress me for me to, like, talk about them. But I really like the fact that vehicles you control become artifact creatures until end of turn. So you can have, like, a ton of vehicles, and then they become creatures, which is great. And then on top of that, all of your creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. I think as a one-of, this is really good in that vehicle artifact deck. I think like it's gonna work really, really well. It's a really sweet combat trick. And the last card is Salviating Gremlins. So, salivating, what? Okay. It's a 3-mana 2/3. Whenever an artifact comes into the battlefield under your control, like, you could have stopped it gets +2/+0, and I would have been like, okay, you know, 3-mana 4/5s are great, but then it just gets trample, so like, you can have like, you know, a lot of artifacts enter the battlefield, and then it just gets, like, really big. And then it gets trample too, which is just so good. You can have, like, 3 artifacts enter the battlefield, and then it casually gets, like... So it's an 8/3 with trample. Seems good to me. Card's great. Yeah, guys, that was it. That was it for talking about red cards for Kaladesh. Let me know if you guys are excited for the set, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.